How to clean your aquarium filter. Step 1, we gotta unplug it, and I gotta chase the cord all the way to the freaking outlet. I recommend labeling your cords so that you don't have to do that. Now that our filter's unplugged, step 2, grab a bucket or whatever container you want to rinse out your filter media inside of. Get a siphon. If you don't have a siphon, you should get a siphon or python or gravel vac. But I'm gonna use this to get some tank water into my bucket. If you don't have a siphon for now, just use a cup or something. You got this, bestie. You also might want a bottle brush if it's getting kind of gunky up in there. This thing is a lifesaver, especially when my the area around my motor starts to get clogged up. Just give it a little scrubby. Good to go. You also want to grab a towel because you're gonna get your hands wet. So step 3 is to get your tank water into the bucket. And if you're wondering why we're rinsing our filter media in tank water rather than tap water, it's okay to use water from the tap if there's no chlorine in it. That's the main thing. My tap water has chlorine. Chlorine kills beneficial bacteria, which is what converts ammonia into nitrite, nitrite into nitrate, and that is what keeps your fish alive and well. Tank water in the bucket. And make sure you don't get any fishes up in your siphon, okay? When you're taking your water out of your tank, do not touch the gravel. Leave it. If you gravel vac and rinse your filters out on the same day, you're going to be removing too much beneficial bacteria. That also doubled as a how to start your siphon tutorial. Waiting for my bucket to fill. Oh, sorry about that. Didn't mean to hit you. In the meantime, look at this baby. That's Oakley. Oh, Margot wants in. You come to help me? You come to drink tank water, because you should not do that. I love you, Margot. Margot, what are you doing? My bucket is about halfway full, so I'm just gonna, I think that's enough. That's fine. I'm gonna look in here, make sure I didn't get any fish. Margot's helping me check. I do not see any fish. Now it is time to get our filter. Instead of just taking the media out of my filter, I'm going to take the whole filter, and I usually just hang it on the side of my bucket. I'm doing a deep clean this time. My motor is getting clogged up. Yeah, it's time. So I just took the tube off first. I just scrubbed that out the other day, so I'm just going to leave it. I've got my filter. I'm just going to go ahead and dump the water because I need to take this off. That's the motor right there. Ooh. Margot, this is nasty. She's pretty dirty, so just plop her in the bucket. Disgusting. The Fluval Aquaclear has this little thing. You can just pull all of your filter media out at once. I'm just gonna plop that in there, but I usually end up taking it out of that plastic part so that I can kind of rinse it off a little bit better. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take the motor off before I drop it in the bucket. This could use a little rinsing. It's not that bad though. Could be worse. I'll give her a little scrub. So that had a lot of sand in it. I have a sneaking suspicion that a grain of sand? A piece of sand? I feel like a sand got my motor stuck. So I'm going in here first. She's gunky. She's clean. This is the real problem. I'm just gonna go around like that. If there is sand in there, which I don't know, I could take a flashlight and look in there, but I don't feel like it. I'm just gonna get a little bit of water in there and then dump it out, and then the sand will go with the water. Maybe not the first try, but definitely after a few tries it should come out. Hopefully it works. I mean, let me ask the audience. She's spinning. There's a snail on my finger. My guppy tried to eat the snail as soon as I dropped it in. Now let's rinse our filter media. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna slosh it around. I'm not gonna squeeze it. I'm just sloshing. Yeah, boy. Y'all are in the splash zone right now. Hang my filter on the side of the bucket for convenience. Put that in. I'm gonna put that in. I'm gonna put that in. This in. I try and act fast before it dries out. Putting the motor back in. Now I'm gonna put some tank water in there since it's back. And that's gonna help get it started again, but it's also gonna prevent that from drying out while I clean out my other filter. I'm just gonna use this jar to fill it up. I'm also gonna quickly rinse out the sponge that I put on the intake tube. If you find your hang on the back filter getting clogged up with plants and pests, snails, or whatever, highly recommend one of these intake tube sponges. It has a hole right there. You just stick it right over the intake tube. My filter's back on the tank. It has water in it. It has the intake tube on it. It has the motor back in it. It's ready to be plugged back in. This is the moment of truth. I have it on the lowest setting right now, which is why it's pouring like that, but when I tell you it was just dribbling before, it was just dribbling. Dripping. It was not good, so this is a huge improvement. Much better. What am I holding right now? So now that our tank looks disgusting because all of that gunk and bacteria is floating around, it's time to dump the bucket out and get a new bucket of clean water to refill what you took out. That water I dumped out was dark brown. But anyway, so I dosed this water with Seachem Prime and Seachem Stability, and somehow the Prime was the stinkiest part of this entire process.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Peace and quiet. I love peace and quiet. It's still not very quiet, but I hope this video was helpful, and if not, I hope it was at least fun to watch, and thanks for watching. I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye. And look at that. It's been like 20 minutes, I think, since I turned on both the filters, and it's cleared up a lot.